Live from the floor of the NYSE, that's a market open.
Yes, hello, thank you for watching this video. I want to welcome you to week 8 in this project. We're trading the Emini S&P 500 futures market in this live day trading room. As you can see here, we have the 5-minute chart in front of us of the ES #F, which is the continuous contract of the futures on the 5-minute chart. You can see here to the right, we are trading on our demo account, 5,187.50 loss accounted over there from last week. And we also trade on our demo 3 account, which is intraday, around 10,000 plus positive, also carried over from last week. As you can see, we have 1 minute to the open only. It's 9:29, so we will open here shortly, but I want to give you an introduction while we watch these trades appear. This will be a very detrimental week, as you will see here in the coming, because we will lose many of our profits we could accumulate here in the last 8 weeks, and we will end up this trading week break even on our overall account. This is unfortunate, but it is part of the trading business. I can confirm to you that I have been doing a lot of trading mistakes here in the past 8 weeks. And I'm working to improve on those mistakes. Hopefully I will not be doing many of those here in the near future, and we can take a more fine-tuned and more organized trading approach. Obviously, we had video recording issues in general, and I had to spend time to do these videos here. The purpose of this project is to obviously make money, because making money in the stock market is the only intention. There's nothing else we can take away from it. I want to make this channel an educational experience for newcomers and experienced traders alike. For newcomers especially, who can learn about trading this market. They can see me doing my trades here on a daily basis, and I will be using some terms which may be interesting for them, and then they can take a little bit of get an impression or have a kickstart to their trading career. Because obviously I will be placing trades here live in front of them. So at the moment we have not installed a live day trading room, but this will be a step which will be coming very shortly. In this live day trading room I will be trading right in front of you, and you will be able to place your orders alongside with me. I have around 5 years experience trading this market, so I think I am experienced enough to give you some good entry and exit scenarios. This live day trading room will be established very soon, but it will be charged, because sharing this experience may be very valuable for some of you traders, especially trading the same contracts amount. As you can see here, 5 to 10 contracts. We are aiming always at a monthly goal or target of around 10%. My aim here is to obviously trade on my demo account on YouTube and accumulate profits here over time. And I would like to focus on these 10% per month, or double up my full account in 1 year. I think this is realistic, but obviously we should not be in anticipation of such profits here. We should be waiting and be patient. Maybe they appear, maybe they don't, but I think looking back in time and also at some of my past experiences here, I think this is definitely something which can be achieved, and hopefully we will also achieve such results in our live trading room. I will have an Excel sheet online also very soon as we establish this trading room, and there we can see all the results of these trades. These videos you are watching here, they are weekly reviews of the trades I took, and all of the trades are included in this videos here, so you can get a real impression on what is happening. These videos should serve as evidence, so not necessarily each video will have a lot of information in them or explain to you a strategy or indicator. Rather, they should serve as evidence if you want to look back at these videos at a later stage to review those trading results in case there is some misunderstanding. And I will be uploading those videos on Saturday or Sunday so you can have a real insight into what is happening. Obviously the Excel sheet will have also all the results included, and these videos should serve as support for this Excel sheet. So in case of doubt, you can be looking at those videos as well. Nevertheless, I will be trying to explain in each and every video some of my strategies or some of the approach I use, because I think since these videos are 30 to 40 minutes long, this can be useful information for every one of us. I installed this YouTube channel for mainly two reasons. First of all, of course, I would like to share my knowledge and my experience with you. But on the other hand, I would like to also learn something about my own trading approach and my own trading style. Looking back at these videos, which I'm recording here on a daily basis, I can also make adjustments to my strategy and obviously also improve on some entry and exit scenarios. So I will provide more information here along the way. If you have any questions, you should ask me on my Discord channel. This is a free chat application, very useful to do a little bit of exchange of information. You can find the link below in the description, or just leave a comment here underneath those videos. I will be trying to answer each and every comment you make, and I'm looking forward for your input and suggestions. I already got one suggestion here from one of my followers, following traders. So he said that I should mention where this channel is aiming at and what goals we would like to achieve. I think since this is about making money, obviously we want to be looking at one thing first and foremost, which is making trading profits and try to make a sustainable income from trading. As I said, 10% per month is something I aim for in the long run. Furthermore, obviously share information and get a little bit of an, let's say, experience exchange from this, so you can learn something here about developing your own trading business and your own trading approach. For example, I have two ways which are combined mainly to do this. I think everyone can do the same. It just needs a little bit of time and dedication to do the same thing as I was doing or as I am doing. So first of all, I structure the market in a way with support and resistance levels. As you can see here, for example, the blue line is a support or resistance level. These levels can be decided randomly by a price, for example, or could also be linked to an indicator or anything which helps you personally structure this market, so you can always go back in time and see where you were at this point, at any point in time. Try to avoid interpretation. So if you want to interpret a bull flag or any pattern, chart patterns, this is not a good way to structure the market, because obviously in a situation these can change. So it has to be 100% clear at what point in time you are at the moment. So don't rely on any interpretation, basically. This is very important, I think. Furthermore, I have 2 pages of rules here in front of me, so they are written on a sheet of paper. Only 2 pages, because I have to be able to memorize all of those rules. I don't want to forget any of those rules or go back while I'm trading to those rules and then review them. Try to find the rule which applies to my situation and then go back into the market, because this may be very distracting, and obviously very difficult to do both at the same time. Also, if you are not 100% sure what to do, you might be doing decision-based or decision-making, which is also, I think, a big hindrance for many traders. Normally, you should not make so many decisions in a day. Obviously, you have to make the decision to enter the market, but only if your rules apply. So no need to interpret any information into it. I think also very useful information. So please ask me any questions. I will be happy to help you and to answer those questions. This channel obviously here is just a representation of what trading can look like. As you can see, we are approaching the trend line a second time. Now we break through. First time we didn't break through this trend line. So now my rules apply again. For example, what should I do if the market breaks through such a trend line? But let me get right into this trading approach. I want to do my weekly review here, of course, and then share some more information later along the way with you. So this is the 18th of July 2016. This should be a Monday if I'm not mistaken. And as you can see here, we already ran profitable from our initial opening trade. We want to achieve around 5 points from our opening trade. And the market seems to be reversing to our break-even level. I have around 50% of trades break even, because if I run profitable for a short distance, around 1.5 points, from 57.50 for example to 59s, or even 58.75, 1.25 points, I would be taking or pulling my stop to break even. This is just part of my strategy, and I think it is very helpful, because if you achieve a small profit already and you reverse to your price, then the likelihood of your price not holding, rather a breakthrough, in this case to the downside, so anywhere below 57.50, is more likely than a reversal back up again. Therefore, I pull my stop to break even to avoid such a switch in from profit to loss. So 50% of the trades I make are break even, I would say, at least. So you can see here the market is pushing through this level again, but then shortly we will reverse. Since I'm doing this in a playback mode, this video, I can fast forward these trades, and as you can see also on the bottom right hand corner, we are already a couple of hours into the session. The session starts at 9:30 US Eastern Time. To the very left here, where the volume increases, the 3 red bars you can see here on the volume indicator just below this bar chart. You can see the volume, and you can see over there that these prices are actually accumulating. We just pull this picture a little bit to the right side here. Okay, that doesn't work very well. Later. So as you can see, a break-even trade right from the beginning. A little bit unfortunate because my entry was quite late from the open. Normally we should have been taking some profits here, but this is how this goes. So we will have a lot of those trades where we actually run positive, and then we will be reversing to our break-even level again. So this is already the 19th of July 2016. This is a Tuesday. You can see still the same approach like before. We are waiting for the opening. The opening is just about to appear, and we should be entering a long position in this case. You can see the blue line. This should be the bottom of the pre-opening range, the low of the pre-opening range, 51.25. And I will be drawing these lines also into the chart here in the near future, because I think this is very much part of my trading strategy, this breakout of pre-opening range and breakout out of opening range. And I will be explaining those to you in the videos when they appear exactly, and I can tell you what profit targets we aim for in both scenarios. So each time I will include some information we are doing here. I can tell you already in advance, if we have a doji, for example, a doji is where the open and the close of a price are the same. You can see one doji, for example, here next to, or prior to, was prior to the open. A very small doji here next to the very small green bar. And then we had the opening, the first red bar, as you can see on the volume indicator on the bottom. And we reverse again to our break-even level. So you can see another break-even trade, and these happen, as I said, many times. Obviously, you can make a different strategy. You can take profits much earlier if you like, but this is my way and my approach. As you can see, many of our trades run positive from the very beginning, therefore we have so many break-even trades. If you would like to take something away from this, maybe you can also make adjustments to my approach and my strategy. That's why a live trading room will always be helpful, and you can make your own analysis once you move into this live trading room. But I want to put myself out there to trade right in front of you and give you all the insights you need to develop your own trading approach. Obviously, I put myself out there as well to trade in front of you, to show you the truth, what a day trader like me is doing in this market, and obviously see some of the hindrances I'm facing and some of the obstacles I'm facing here along the way, such as this week, where we have a lot of unfortunate trading situations. But this is just part of this trading business, and I have to fine-tune my strategy, my approach, and avoid my trading mistakes. Since I was doing everything here together at the same time, recording and also doing these trades, I lost focus many times, and I was doing a few of those mistakes. I think we should have resulted at this point in time way higher than we actually have. We have around $5,000 profit now, but minus some commissions, so I would rather say $3,500 profit from the very beginning of the start of this week. But at the end of this week, we will eliminate those profits, unfortunately, because of some trading mistakes. We had great opportunities here in this market, such as the first day. Also this day we should have yielded some profits here, but you will see shortly that we will be taking out of this profit here, of this trade, at our buy stop there at the top. So if you have any questions regarding these order types here, we should also be looking at some of those a little bit later. But I think you can basically ask me any questions in this Discord channel. For example, here, as you could see, we hit our first profit target already. This profit target here would be around 53.25, so 1.5 points away from our initial entry, and 2,105.475 was our entry, so exactly 1.5 points away, and that would be our target area normally, because we already moved into intraday session away from our opening session, indicated by the doji. The doji is the third bar here right from the open. That means that our opening sequence is completed and we will be moving to intraday. Our opening strategy trades are accumulated, the profits are accumulated on demo 1, which you could see here earlier, and our intraday results are accounted for on demo 3. In order to make this more clear in the very future, I will be restarting these demos every week. And I will be also doing demo 1 and demo 2 in this case, one for opening, one for intraday. We had a lot of success on our intraday sessions. So far we have accumulated around $10,000 profit, minus commission of course. But on our opening strategy we are very unsuccessful at the moment, so this shows you already that we might want to reduce some contract size on these opening strategies, or don't play it so aggressively as I did in the past. I think definitely we can take something away from this here. And as I said, everyone can adopt and adjust their own trading style to this approach. I want to just give you all the information from my side without sharing any deep insights into my strategy, because everyone should be doing their own thing. If we would all be doing the same thing, there would be no market, obviously. So as you can see, this is the Tuesday still here, and we have been taking out of this market quite a few times. Let me fast forward here a little bit so you can see a few of those trades as well. So see, we hit our first profit target here again of 2,157. So I should be pulling in my stop to break even. The stop is placed at the moment at 2,153.25, and I will be placing this one shortly at a break-even level. You will see a doji here on this bar's close. This is something you can obviously observe from time to time, these dojis, but since I'm already profitable in this trade, so I'm 2 ticks or 3 ticks in this case profitable, I will be staying in this trade. So I'm normally trying to get my full target here without exiting this trade, but only in the case I'm profitable. Otherwise I would be exiting on a doji normally, and I will be reviewing those as well, those exits. It might be that exiting on dojis in profit is also superior to not exiting those trades, but I will have to review those fine-tuned rules again. As I said, I have around 2 pages of rules here in front of me, and those can be fine-tuned a little bit, so to increase your revenue, do some money management, and just improve on your exit and entry scenarios. Also, I'm using only 2 indicators, like volume and the average true range. I'm also using bid and ask volume, but this is very much related to the volume indicator, which you see here at the bottom. Volume can tell a lot of things to me. So for example, if we have a lot of volume pushing in one direction and my target is exactly in that distant direction, I can see that volume may be pushing the price all the way up to my target area. On the other hand, if we see a lot of volume coming in towards my stop, I might want to get out of this market immediately rather than waiting for my stop to be hit. So we can improve on our exit scenarios as well as on our entry scenarios. Maybe we have an entry scenario where we also push with a lot of volume to our entry, towards our entry. So maybe we want to take it a tick or 2 away from our price, estimated entry price, and then we can improve on our entry as well. The average true range just gives me an indication of the average bar size. We can see here. So an average true range of 0.78 or 0.79, as you can see here, is rather low. Therefore, I don't expect so much bar size here in this case. This may also be an indication that if we run in one direction for around 1 point, the average true range is already completed and we might face a reversal at this stage. You will see here shortly, for example, I did a trading mistake again. We should have been short here with 10 contracts right from the open. But I wanted to improve my entry scenarios. You can see here 63.75, 64s, and I was not filled on these contracts. I should normally be entering the market exactly on bar open. And as you could see here, on this bar we made 1 tick beyond the bar open. Therefore we should be in this trade normally going for 5 points profit target. So this week was very unfortunate, and as you could see here, again, we could not take any profits. Because of that reason, I was also doing a mistake now, a follow-up trading mistake, but we will be looking at that very shortly. Here on this chart I have not yet drawn the trend lines, so the top of opening range, pre-opening range, and the bottom of the pre-opening range. Normally it should be around 67. As you can see here, this is the top of the pre-opening range. The low is not visible as well. Maybe because we opened right in the middle of this range, pre-opening range. Drawing these lines is not so important, but as soon as we open or close next to or near those resistance levels, support or resistance levels, I will be drawing those lines as well. So let's move forward a little bit here in this video. Because of the playback I can just jump around. It seems there have been no more trades on this day because of this missed opportunity. Normally I would be entering the market right after a bar close, so in 80% of the cases I would be opening a position right when the bar closes. So for example here you can see at 65, 75, right up on bar close, I would be entering a position. Sometimes I even enter a position pre-opening session. So the pre-opening session is anywhere from 9:30 to the left. As you can see here at the bottom, the timing, 9:30 is the open. And because I want to be able to enter pre-opening sessions positions, I want to have a margin account here, which is around 30,000 US dollars. So trading 5 contracts and being able to double up to 10 contracts, you would need roughly an account of $30,000. Because the margin requirement for one contract is around $3,000 intraday session, and pre-opening session is double, 6,000. To enter a position with 5 contracts pre-opening sessions, you would roughly need 30,000 US dollars in your account. Taking a small buffer as well of a couple of $100. But these margin requirements are just necessary to open positions and buy and sell contracts. It doesn't mean that you are trading for this much money. As you can see here, one tick is around $12.50 with one contract. So as you can see here, 5 contracts is around $62.50. Or then 125 for 2 ticks. Normally our profit target is around 6 ticks intraday, and opening session would be around 20 ticks for 5 points. Because the most volatile time of the day is actually the opening session. As you can see here, the volume was around 30,000 on the open, and normally we see decreasing volume during the day. The further we get into a session, the less volume and volatility we will see in this market. So you see here, these 2 blue lines are the top and the bottom of the pre-opening range, and normally we would be trading the breakout out of those ranges. In these areas you will see more volume coming in, because obviously people are anticipating this breakout out of the range. In case you have any questions regarding these order types, on the right hand side, as you can see, a sell limit order here as a target. That means basically that we want to be only filled on this price, 67.50, and these are indicated short orders, or sell orders are indicated in red color, and buy orders are indicated in green color, as you can see in the bottom. So now our bar is turning from red to green. Now it's turning red again, showing us we are accumulating a negative result at the moment if we would exit this market. And once we push beyond, because it's a buy order indicated by the 5, normally if you have a sell order here it would be indicated by -5. And also you can see that we entered the market already at 65, 75, because the prices are accumulating there, and these bars will change, these order types will change. So now we ran positive and we are making a few ticks here. A limit order is obviously placed here as a target, and I would normally have stop orders in the opposing direction because I don't want to be staying in a trade if it runs very negative. I want to exit a trade exactly always at the same spot, and for me it is around 3 points away from my initial entry. So these are all the rules I wrote down. Everyone could play a different strategy. You could say I want to achieve 5 points in this market with one trade. I just chose personally a smaller distance of around 1 to 2 points because I think this is achievable intraday in one retracement or one push to the upside or to the downside. I don't want to be staying in positions normally all day, only if I have a breakout trade. Otherwise, I want to be entering the market for around 5 to 10 minutes, and then I want to take my profits immediately. So aggressive intraday trading without very long positions or long-lasting positions, looking at the time. So as you could see here, we reached we hit our first profit target, 67.25 or 67s, and then I would be pulling my stop to break even 65.75. So we could make a small profit here on this trade. It was a good fill. However, you can see the market pushing way higher. So let me fast forward so we can see if there are any more trades. As I said, this week was very detrimental to our account, unfortunately. And we are at a break-even point after this 8 weeks. This can happen, obviously, and the main reason for that being because there have been a lot of trading mistakes and issues with the videos or with my focus on this trading. But I can assure you we would have been in a much better position now if everything would have been followed more stringently, my strategy as well as these rules here I'm applying to the market. So no worries, I think sooner or later we will be taking some profits here as well. I don't want to install the live trading room before the 3-month period at least, maybe even a little bit longer, because I think we have to get established first and then we can build up a little bit of a reputation, some trading results here, and then everyone will have the confidence to join this live trading room later and get some guidance. I don't want to make these videos too long, so I will be fast forwarding here. So you can see doji. This means I should be exiting this trade immediately, and then I will wait for the next bar to close to initiate a further entry. This is now the opening sequence completed. You can see the last 4 bars are the opening sequence. And I should have actually been in 10 contracts for this opening trade, taking my 5 points profit, but I could not get filled on 64 because we just hit the price once for our second entry. So you can see here bar close, short position for me. But you will see the market will be pushing around. And I did a wrong entry here again for 5 contracts in a long position. And then again, a turnaround. So all of these trades are roughly break even. I was taking a few losses here on the trade prior to this one, but not very a not very fortunate trading position here at this moment. You can see not much volume in this market. This is a very, very balanced session. We're just moving 4 points up and down. This is not really volatile. This is it's very difficult for day traders to do any swing trades here or accumulate any profits here, because we have no real trend accumulating some volume in one direction or the other. It's just a random up and down, so-called noise, I would say, and we cannot really have, we don't see any real decision of this market to make any move in any direction. So that's why we pushed around here a lot. You will see now another break-even trade, so we will run positive and then we will be reversing again all the way back down. You can see that here. And then we have a doji. So again, a exit in this market. And actually you can see on demo 3 now, we started with $10,000 opening this week, and we are just slowly working our way down towards 7,600, which is very unfortunate. And you can see another approach of myself to trade for this breakout of opening range, because the opening range has been established by now. You see here 938 in the bottom right hand corner, and the opening range is normally decided from 9:30 to 10:30 US Eastern Time. So we are just 8 minutes after this opening range, and the opening range is from 64, which is the low of the day or the intraday session, to 68 or 68.50 in this case. So that will be 4.5 points for this opening session. So normally we would be trading a breakout of this range, and then we would be looking at a profit target maybe 3 or 4 points away, because we look at the opening range and then put this on top of the breakout or the low or the high of this opening range for our target area. As you can see here, another doji for an exit. These markets here, if they are appearing like this, as you can see here today, very difficult to trade, and obviously taking away commissions, because many dojis mean that we should be closing our trades, at least according to my strategy, and then we can really see a lot of noise up and down, no real trend direction. Because of that reason, I stopped trading on this day, and I will be looking at the following day here immediately. So this is the 22nd already. 22nd should be Friday, if I'm not mistaken. So yesterday basically, and it was the last trading day of this week. As you could see, it was a really good opening trade, again short position, and we immediately hit our first profit targets. Maybe I should be looking at taking some profits at these levels, because it seems that we approach those levels in 60 to 70% of the case. And maybe taking profits at these levels would be more appropriate than just waiting for our break-even trades. As you can see here again, one more break-even trade, very unfortunate. Just hit our break-even level here of 60s, where our entry was roughly. Well, we should not have been exited maybe, because we were just one tick higher. But since I normally trade right from the open of this bar at 9:30, 60 would have actually been our break-even level. So I thought maybe we see a lot of volume pushing to the upside through this 60s level, but you can see what an unfortunate exit at 60s, because the market pushed a little bit further down. So now you can see a short position which I entered here, and this seems to be a retracement for me, anticipating this breakout to the through the blue line here in the bottom, 2,156, but this will be not appearing, and we will be pushing higher again very soon. I should have also exited this market here at 58.25. You can see here immediate reversal to the upside. Again, a very similar situation on this day. Not much volatility, the volume is quite low, but finally we will be pushing positive again. But you will see now one more time that I am not able to take a full amount of profits, and we will be taken out of this market very soon here again, break even. So you can see some potential in this strategy. Obviously we run positive many times, but then we are stopped out of the market here rather fearsomely, as you can see again here, a break-even trade. And it's very difficult for me to see any trend direction at this point. You have to understand, when you are getting to a more professional level, you will also always be trying to anticipate some kind of trend direction and then be able to participate in this trend with a good entry scenario, solid entry, maybe a break-even entry, so immediately you are break-even after a couple of minutes, so you are safe not to lose any money. This would be an ideal case to enter a trend and then just follow the trend, let the trade run. Maybe you have heard this already many times, you have to let the winners run, and I also think this is a very valid strategy, obviously. But first you have to find this trend. You know, if you have no trend, such as today and yesterday, it is so hard to find a good entry scenario and then a trend continuation. You see how many trades we took. We took around 4 or 5 trades without any result. And now we are pushed into the market here after this doji, which is a little bit of an error, and we actually reverse all the way back down in the opposing direction. Very unfortunate, because it was not easy for me to see the trend direction. So I will show you this losing trade here, the last one of this week. Very unfortunate. Our profit targets to the bottom would have been ideal, but I should have been in a long position, because we are pushing away from this trend line here. I was drawing this trend line and I can see that we are reversing actually immediately off this trend line from this doji. If we would have been breaking through this level, then we would be pushing way lower than 56 to our profit targets, and we are in 10 contracts, so an ideal entry here at 59.75 if we would be pushing further down. But unfortunately the market doesn't give us this exit here, and we will be taken out of this market very shortly. So you can see from this week I want to include more information about where we are going with this YouTube channel. What's the ultimate goal? The ultimate goal here is to move you all into a live trading room where both of us will benefit from this experience. I want to share some of my strategies here on YouTube with you so you can learn something, and I want to give you a truthful and real insight into what I'm doing. These video reviews here should serve as a kind of evidence of the trades I made, because when I upload my Excel sheet, it will be nicely done with a chart and all the trades. This Excel sheet is also downloadable. You can use it as your own trade logbook, for example. And I have the website and the live trading room online. I want to have this evidence of these trades I took here on YouTube, so everyone can build up some confidence about this trading approach. So you could see here the last trade of the week. Very unfortunate situation, and we have to close this week, as you can see, with 5,687.50 loss, and on our demo 3 account it is around 7,600. Now we have to take those commissions into account, and those commissions also account for at least $1,000 to $2,000 for the last 4 or 5 weeks. Let me pause this video here quickly before we cancel or finish this session. So first of all, I want to thank you for your comments, and I want to thank you also for participation. Let's look at this a little bit long term, since I was doing a few errors here along the way. I will keep doing what I'm doing at the moment. Please give me more feedback, and then I can improve on those videos. Any information that I should include, please let me know, and I hope to see you here soon again. And have a nice day, have a nice week. I hope to see you here soon. Take care. Bye-bye.